Good evening, sports fans, and welcome back to Raiders Nation Report, where we bleed silver and black every single day. I'm your host, diving deep into the heart of Las Vegas football. You know, in the wild world of the NFL, sometimes the brightest stars emerge from the shadows of struggle. Picture this, a team mired in a brutal losing streak, searching for a spark, and suddenly, a rookie wideout explodes onto the scene like a touchdown bomb in the fourth quarter. That's exactly what's happening with the Las Vegas Raiders and their second-round sensation, Jack Bech. What does his breakout mean for this storied franchise? Stick around, because we're breaking it all down. History, hustle, and hope for the future. Let's start with the main event that's got everyone buzzing. This past Sunday, in a gritty AFC West showdown against the Denver Broncos at the dazzling Allegiant Stadium, affectionately known as the Death Star, the Raiders may have fallen short, but one player rose above the fray. Rookie wide receiver Jack Bech, drafted out of LSU with that prized second-round pick, absolutely owned the day. He led the team in targets, receptions, and yards, hauling in all 6 of his opportunities for a game-high performance that turned heads. Folks, that's not just good, it's flawless execution under pressure. In a season where the Raiders sit at a tough 2-11, with a 7-game skid weighing heavy, Bech's emergence feels like a lifeline, a glimpse of what could be if this young talent keeps building. Now, let's dive deeper into what made this moment possible. The Raiders kicked off the year with high hopes after what many analysts called one of the stronger draft classes in recent memory. They zeroed in on bolstering those offensive skill positions, which had been running thin. Bech was the crown jewel of that strategy, a versatile pass catcher with speed, crisp routes, and hands like glue. He was slotted into a group that included reliable vets like Jacoby Myers, the dynamic tight end Brock Bowers, and speedster Trey Tucker. But then, boom, Myers gets traded mid-season, shaking things up and forcing the coaching staff to accelerate Bech's timeline. No more easing in, it was time to learn on the fly, right there on Sundays amid the roar of the crowd. Through the first 12 games, Bech's impact was minimal. He was more of a practice squad whisper than a game day roar. Critics even labeled him one of the more questionable pieces on a roster desperate for wins. But patience, as they say in football, is a virtue. The Raiders staff, led by head coach Antonio Pierce, a former linebacker who knows a thing or two about grinding through adversity, stuck to their development plan. They let Bech absorb the pro game's nuances behind the scenes, honing his skills against a defense that's always been the heart of Raider pride. And boy, did it pay off against Denver. Those 6 catches. They weren't flukes. Bech showcased elite separation from defenders, turning short slants into chunk plays and stretching the field vertically. It's the kind of performance that reminds us why scouts raved about his college tape at LSU, where he racked up over 1,000 yards in his senior year, blending physicality with finesse. To really appreciate this, we gotta zoom out and look at the bigger picture, the Raiders' offensive woes that have plagued them all season. The unit's been hamstrung by an offensive line that's more sieve than shield, making life tough for quarterback Geno Smith, who's been slinging it under constant duress. Running backs and receivers like Bech have had to dodge chaos just to get open. Stats tell the story. The Raiders rank near the bottom in yards per play, with protection breakdowns leading to a league-high number of sacks. Compare that to their glory days. Think back to the 1980s, when legends like Marcus Allen bulldozed through lines for Super Bowl wins, or even the 2002 squad with Tim Brown and Jerry Rice torching secondaries. Today's O-line issues echo some of those lean years post-Oakland, but Bech's breakout suggests the skill positions aren't the problem. It's the foundation up front. Speaking of history, let's lace this up with some Raider lore to give you that full context. The Raiders, born in Oakland back in 1960 as part of the AFL, have always embodied that rebel spirit. The commitment to excellence motto isn't just words, it's a legacy. From the rough-and-tumble days under Al Davis, with iconic moments like the Holy Roller play in '78 or the Tuck Rule game that still haunts fans, to the flashy move to Las Vegas in 2020, this team thrives on drama and defiance. Remember their 3 Super Bowl triumphs, 11, 15, and 18? Those were powered by stars like Howie Long on defense and Cliff Branch stretching the field as a receiver. Bech channels a bit of that Branch vibe, speedy, reliable, with a knack for big plays. And don't get me started on the rivalries. The Chiefs, with their high-flying offense led by Patrick Mahomes, have owned the AFC West lately, but the Raiders' 63-21 thrashing of them last Christmas Eve? Pure Raider revenge. Then there's the Chargers, those cross-state foes with Justin Herbert slinging lasers. Games against them are always electric, pun intended. Even the Broncos, who we just faced, bring back memories of John Elway duels. Bech stepping up against Denver? It's like a nod to those classic battles, injecting new blood into old grudges. For some expert insight, I reached out, hypothetically, of course, to a few voices in the Raider orbit. Imagine Coach Pierce post-game, fired up in the locker room. Jack's been putting in the work since day one. We knew he had that dog in him, that Raider mentality. Trading Myers opened the door, and he kicked it down. This kid's got the tools to be a WR1 if we build around him. Or picture Bech himself, humble yet confident and a presser. Man, it felt good to finally get those reps. The vets like Bowers have been schooling me. His blocking opens lanes I didn't even see. We're young, hungry, and ready to turn this around. Even a die-hard fan from Raider Nation, tailgating in the Black Hole section, might chime in, "We've been through worse, the Oakland Exodus, the Gruden saga." Bech's got that spark. Reminds me of Davante Adams in his prime. Silver and black forever. These perspectives highlight how one player's rise can ignite a fanbase that's as passionate as any in sports. Statistically, let's crunch some numbers to see where Bech fits. In his limited snaps before Sunday, he averaged just 2.5 targets per game, barely a blip. But against the Broncos? A perfect 6.46, pushing his season yards per catch to over 15, which would rank him among the league's elite if sustained. Compare to Bowers, the first-round tight end phenom who's already notched 800-plus yards as a rookie, or running back Ashton Jeanty, who's been a bright spot in the ground game despite the line struggles. Team-wide, the Raiders' passing attack is 28th in efficiency, but if Bech pairs with Bowers for a dynamic duo, like a modern Gates and Winslow for the Chargers, it could vault them up. Historically, Raiders receivers thrive in vertical schemes. Think Amari Cooper's 1,000-yard seasons before the trade. Bech's college stats at LSU, over 60 catches, 900 yards, and a dozen TDs mirror that potential. And trivia time. Did you know the Raiders hold the record for the most penalty yards in a single game? 201 against the Bucs in 01. It's that feisty edge Bech brings. Looking ahead, what does this mean for the Raiders' future? This season's a wash by record alone. 2-11 screams rebuild, but it's not fruitless if they identify cornerstones. Bech's gradual ascent proves the value of patient development, much like how Max Crosby evolved from a fourth-rounder into a sack machine on defense. With a potential top draft pick looming, maybe a franchise QB or a stud lineman, the front office, under GM Tom Telesco, could surround Bech, Bowers, and Jeanty with the pieces needed. Imagine an upgraded O-line, a savvy play caller, and perhaps a veteran signal caller mentoring the youth. Predictions. I see Bech hitting 800 yards next season if healthy, helping the Raiders climb to 8 to 9 wins and sniffing the playoffs. But it hinges on fixing that line. Without it, even stars dim. Ties to pop culture? Think of Bech as the underdog hero in a movie like Remember the Titans, rising amid chaos. Or link it to Vegas vibes, glitz, gamble, and glory, just like a high-stakes poker hand where the rookie draws an ace. In the broader NFL landscape, this mirrors trends. Teams like the Bears with Romo Duns or the Chiefs with Xavier Worthy seeing rookies contribute early. For the Raiders, it's a beacon in a stormy AFC West, where the Chiefs reign supreme but vulnerabilities show. Remember their close calls? The Chargers are surging under Jim Harbaugh, and the Broncos are rebuilding with Bo Nix. Bech's play could fuel rivalry fires, making those division games must-watch TV. Wrapping this up, Raider Nation, hang in there. Tough times forge legends, and Jack Bech might just be the next chapter in our epic saga. From Oakland's gritty streets to Vegas' neon lights, we've always bounced back. Tune in next week as we preview the Falcons matchup. Could Bech build on this? Smash that subscribe button, follow us for more breakdowns, and remember, just win, baby. This is Raiders Nation Report, signing off.